Good morning. Today's video is going to be on a topic RS485. Now, previously you have seen many of my lectures on RS232, which was a point-to-point communication, and as I discussed, it was able to communicate within 15 meters or 50 feet, whereas RS485 can accommodate a large number of devices from a host. Now, as you can see on the screen, it is a master-slave configuration. The master is, you can think like a PC, and there are multiple slaves, up to 32 devices you can connect, and the data rate, the speed at which you can communicate, is inversely proportional to the distance length. You can see 10 megabits per second up to 12 meter, 1 megabits per second up to 122 meter, and 100 kilobits per second almost up to 1.2 kilometer. Now, since the data is going to go through two wires, it's a transmission line, so you need to match the impedances so that the reflections will be too less and clean signals will go through. So you need to have the terminators of 120 ohm on both sides. Now, looking at the screen, you can see you need to connect or build the RS485 network starting from an RS232 network. This is because the computers have RS232 ports or USB to RS232 ports. From there you need to put an RS232 to 485 converter. That is where you begin the RS485 network. So that way there is no escape from RS232 even here. Now, looking at the screen, you can see the three different devices are connected in parallel or multi-dropped. They are called now multi-drop because each has its own address, and this is how it looks like. Now, in order to explain you an idea about the hardware to software flow, let's say you are using a software, any software you could use, and using LabVIEW. It's a practical example how to put on a bulb over RS485 using a module called ADAM4055. This is a digital output module which is available in the market. It's made by a company called Advantech. And now when you buy this particular device, ADAM4055, you have to install certain drivers. Like, first you have to have a converter, RS485 to Ethernet converter. That is where you will connect to PC. PC will have the Ethernet conversion in Ethernet port, and this particular device EKI1524, that is what will convert Ethernet to RS485. Then for the Advantech module 4055, you need to install Adam.NET certain drivers. You can see, look it up in the Google. Then you auto detect the device into the PC from the RS485 network. Then write a LabVIEW program and get the output. So look at the screen. This is ADAM4055 module, and as you can see, there are light emitting diodes which are right on top of the module. Like DO is written, there are many LEDs which are not lit. That means the digital outputs are 0 right now. And this is a long wire. You can see twisted pair which is coming out with the RS485 wire, which is connected to the circuitries which we discussed earlier. Now this is how the configuration is going to be. Suppose you need to put multiple RS485 devices, whether it could be multiple 4055 Adam 4055 devices, you can connect them in parallel, multi-drop it like this. Now, one of the misconceptions which many people have is RS485 and Modbus both are same. No, RS485 is simply electrical standard. Modbus is one of the protocols over RS485. See, there are other protocols like Modbus, like CAN, Profibus, etc., which are also a well-defined messaging method which both the parties understand. Now, the simplest possible way of building or testing a Modbus device is to use Modbus ASCII or Modbus RTU. Both are on a serial backend. Now, RTU mode is more faster, twice faster than the ASCII mode, but we will be discussing the Modbus ASCII to explain you the basics. So this is how you have connected ADAM 4055 to put on a bulb actually, and at the PC end the COM5 is the beginning, and through COM5 the data packets are going and it is gone up to RS485, then again put on the bulb. How it is done, let's see that. This is how the configuration looks like. From the PC end, the Ethernet port is there, and you are connecting to Ethernet RS485 converter, which is called Advantech EKI1524, which is called a serial server, and the drivers for this are available from Advantech. You need to install it in the PC. After that, it will create a port for you like COM5, COM6 like that, and through which the RS485 devices can be configured, and the port 1 of the 1524 device is configured for RS485, and ADAM 4055 one of the bits is connected to a relay to put on a bulb. Now the schematic looks like that. From the PC end you can see, it is connected to LAN port which has got an IP address or whatever, and then one of the ports, that's a port 2, is connected to two wires are coming out of that from EK1524, that is connected to 4055 RS485 inputs, that is called data plus and data minus. From there you can see it puts you are going to use the bit DO0 which you are going to on and off. Right now you can see an LED light emitting diode connected to it in series with 3.3K. That will be replaced by a relay coil to put on a relay to put on the bulb. This is how the setup looks like. You can see that on the left hand side is EK1524, then the middle you can see ADAM module 4055, and you can see EK1524 has got an input of Ethernet, and the output is a port 2 where it is connected to RS485 two wires, and then one of the bits of the ADAM 405 is connected to a relay box, small relay, then to a bigger relay, that's a contactor to put on, let's say instead of a bulb, if you want to put on a pump or generator, you can do that. Now the configuration from the PC looks very simple. When you install the drivers for EK1522 or 1524, you can see that it gets detected like this, and after that you will see Advantech EK device configuration utility. You go and click on port 2. It will say you want it to be configured as RS485. Yes, I have configured it as RS485. Define the speed, everything, whatever is required for communicating with the ADAM modules, which is 9600 N81. Now your port is ready. From the port you will map it to a COM port. Actually, you can see that the COM6 is mapped to that particular port, and if you right click on that search device, it will go and search all the devices connected, RS485 devices connected to it. You can see that in COM6 4055 is detected when you right clicked. That means the connections are proper. Now we'll write a small little LabVIEW program to communicate. That means you can see at the bottom of the screen that #010010 is the string to be sent to put on the bulb. So #01, that is 01 is the address of the 4055 module, which is set manually. Then 0010 is a bit sequence which you need to send to put on one particular bit. Finally, that bit will come on to put on the relay. And this program is available freely in any LabVIEW version, which is basic CDL read write.py. And finally, GUI looks like that. Instead of COM5 or COP6, whatever you select, you can just press a button and it will go and put on the bulb through RS485 network. Now we will learn little more in depth actually, other than the simple ASCII mode of operation. Now we are going into the real Modbus. See, Modbus is an open protocol where you can connect a large number of devices in multi-drop them. And here the difference is, it is not start bit and stop bit. It's the protocol is little more bigger. So 28 bits, that means 3.5 characters are required for one relay to be put on. Now this is how it looks like. It is a request response. You ask a question, you get a response back, similar to RS-232. And you see that to put on a relay, you need to send 28 bits. 3.5 characters are for start and 3.5 characters for end. Unlike in RS-232, start bit was just one bit. Here it is group of characters, and end also is a group of characters. And you have an address of the device to select, that is maybe 1 to whatever, 30 or whatever. So that is what is address. That function is what I will be explaining. What you want to do with this module? Is it a write operation, read operation, what kind of operation that it is? I will explain it later. So what you need to understand is a frame consists of 28 bits to do a particular action. This is a Modbus protocol. Now the function code which I was talking about is like this. Is in RS485 based Modbus protocol is a standard in which they are defined different read coil status, read input status, read holding registers. It's a 16-bit for analog outputs, DAC like. Then if you want to read a ADC, usually you will be reading as a read input registers. And if you want to just on and off a relay, it could be a digital output, which is a write single coil status, that a fifth one. These are the function codes. So there are specific addresses assigned for each operation of DO, DA, AA, AO. You can see the addresses. You can see the manufacturer's manual to look at the operation and what is the address it is using. Now take an example. You want to connect 8 such Honeywell PID controllers which are supporting only Modbus protocol, and 485 connector is there behind, and you want to access all of them, read write all of them. Now how do you do that? You first connected all of them in parallel, and first one, let's say having some address, and you look at the manual and find out to set a set point to this one of the devices of the PID, you need to go into the address 000. That is what you can see. Now you have multiple PID controllers connected in parallel or multi-drop, so all of them have their own IDs. It's called addresses. Now in order to achieve this, you have to download a library, free library called NI Modbus library into the LabVIEW, and after that you can simply build a GUI. Now in order to build a GUI, you know that you have to have certain blocks which are coming along with the library, which looks like this, and we will take example. Let's say you want to simply write or read the set point which is already in one of the PID controllers. So what you do is you have the starting address. You know, for set point earlier we have seen it was 000. You can see that 00 is set here at the starting address. That means you are trying to access the set point SP. So SP write, SP read. So when you execute, the first block is basically like RS-232 block. You are defining the baud rate, etc. Unit ID is the address which you set, and the value which is read from the set point register will be latched to register values to indicate. Now if you want, whereas you want to write operation, that means you want to set a set point, what you need to do is like this. You need to use write single holding register.ba, where you can see that in holding register value 2, that is a control, where you suppose you want to write 1.000, you 0, you just type that, it's a control, and after that it will automatically go and write into the Honeywell PID controller. Like this, you can build a GUI with several number of such devices connected, multi-dropped. You can build in Modbus network. And for further reading, you can go into this link and explore more in detail, and you can buy this online too. Thank you.